Tennessee Senator Marsha Blackburn. Senator, thanks for joining me this morning.
Sure.
Tell me a little bit about this bill that you've co-signed with Senator Tom Tillis and how it maintains First Amendment rights while also keeping people safe.
Yes, indeed. People certainly should feel free to address their government. That's a good thing. But you cannot go about blocking interstate highways, blocking access to bridges and airports and bus terminals and train terminals. And you cannot be blocking emergency personnel, whether it is law enforcement or the fire department or EMS, trying to do their job and get to people to assist people. So bringing this forward, highlighting the serious nature of this as people go about completely blocking roadways and prohibiting people from getting where they need to go. We felt like it was the right step to take at this time.
Yeah, it's also, obviously we talk about the emergency crews.
Yep.
You mentioned the ambulances and the fire department, but what about people that are just like trying to get home from work? What about the nurse that just pulled a double, that's just trying to get home to her kids? Yeah. What about school buses? What about these people are so out of line? And if you look at the ACLU, on their website, they've got protesters' rights posted. And this is a quote: "You don't need a permit to march in the streets or on sidewalks as long as marchers do not obstruct cars or pedestrians." So why are these protesters allowed to do this with impunity and not be arrested and face serious consequences?
And this is why we have it. You're exactly right. The school bus that is loaded with children and cannot get them home. People that are trying to come and go from work. And these protesters are out there breaking the law and completely blocking the roadway. And then law enforcement has to come out and physically remove them, and then that is taking the time of law enforcement. This is something that we have seen all too often recently, these groups, and primarily they're pro-Palestine, they're pro-Hamas, they're going out, they're calling for a ceasefire, they're completely blocking roadways and entrances. And whether it is your daily routine, whether it is law enforcement or emergency services, people cannot go about their lives.
Yeah, this is definitely a safety issue. And I want to pivot now to Hunter Biden, as you know, causing quite a scene on Capitol Hill yesterday after crashing his own contempt hearing in Congress, walked right into the oversight hearing room, sat for a little photo op about 20 minutes, then left with his entourage. Democrats continue to claim that he's ready to testify. He hasn't. We haven't heard from him at all, except in the hallways when he talks to reporters. Why isn't he being treated like anyone else who defies a congressional subpoena?
People look at Hunter Biden and they see the embodiment of two tiers of justice. And he considers himself, obviously, to be above the law. So much so that the day he was to give depositions, he shows up and he does a press conference in front of the Capitol. And then yesterday, basically, he just thumbed his nose at the committee. He waltzes into the hearing room and he takes his seat, flanked by his entourage, and then he sits there for a few minutes. I mean, they should have locked the doors and not let him left.
Yeah.
And made him testify and answer some of the questions that the committee had. It is standard procedure when you're doing a Senate or House investigation to do depositions first. And then after that, you move to a hearing. But he thinks he is too good for that, and that the DOJ, the Biden-led DOJ, is going to do nothing to him.